For the second consecutive season, the Charlotte Hornets season ended in a blowout loss in the play-in tournament, this time to the Atlanta Hawks. But they have increased their win total by 10 games in the last 2 seasons. But after failing to make the playoffs once again, it's hard not to look at this season as a disappointment. The one thing that wasn't a problem was their offense. The Hornets ranked 4th in points per game and 5th in pace. With Miles Bridges' breakout year and the franchise player LaMelo Ball improving game by game, their offense looked like one of the best in the league at times. But it was the other side of the ball that was the problem. Charlotte ranked in the bottom 10 in points allowed, field goal percentage allowed, 3-point percentage allowed, and opponents' assists per game. That's a recipe for disaster no matter how efficient the offense is. Adding defensive help at this spot could be the Hornets' motivation with this pick. With the 13th pick in the draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Jeremy Sohan from Baylor University. Sohan's play style is infectious and relentless. This guy ranked outside the top 100 nationally and was not looked at as a one-and-done prospect. That changed in the back half of the college basketball season as he emerged as a well-rounded player. His NBA stock is tied to his skills on the defensive end of the court, no doubt about it. Due to his size, awareness, and athleticism, Sohan can guard all 3 frontcourt positions. His lateral quickness and footwork allow him to stay in front of perimeter players. He rarely misses a rotation, and he forces opponents to throw up tough shots or reset offensively. When Sohan is not on the ball, he's an active and engaged help defender. He's always on the move, and it seems to always be in the right position. On offense, he's a low usage type of player. He has been developing his offensive game with quick drives to the basket, utilizing a spin move with a soft touch around the basket. Sohan has an excellent feel for operating out of the dunker spot. His good cuts to the lane often led to highlight-worthy finishes at the rim. His outside shooting is definitely one of his weaknesses at the moment. He only shot 30% from 3-point range. As a passer, Sohan showed the ability to make simple reads as well as some impressive outlet passes after a rebound. He is also experiencing international competition. He played a season in Germany's 3rd-tier professional league just before he thrived in the Big 12 as a freshman this past season. With the 15th pick in the draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Ty Washington from the University of Kentucky. Although he went to Kentucky as a point guard, John Calipari had him play off the ball for the majority of the season. Ty learned how to move without the ball and was efficient at times in catch-and-shoot situations. His passing ability is also there. Even though he didn't have the ball in his hands as much, he still averaged 4 assists a game. He can operate in the pick and roll very well. Before he suffered an ankle injury midway of the season, Washington proved to be a good outside shooter and a lethal pull-up threat. And being able to shoot off the bounce is one of the most valuable skills a guard can have in today's NBA. In a game with point guard Shavir Wheeler out against Georgia early in the season, Washington showed what kind of floor general he could be playing point guard full time. He recorded 17 points and 17 assists in a win, breaking the Wildcats assist record at 16 held by John Wall. There's no doubt that Washington has talent as a shooter and a distributor, but NBA scouts question his explosiveness and his ability to get by his defender consistently. Coming back from an ankle injury led to a lot of disappointing performances down the stretch. The Hornets have a need at the backup point guard spot, and I know they would love to have LaMelo Ball play off the ball at times. Ty could be the guy to allow that to happen. With the 45th pick in the draft, Julian Champagne from St. John's University. Champagne has been an excellent scorer in the last 2 seasons for St. John's. His numbers did dip a little bit this year, but he was a reliable shooter from deep and from the mid-range. He struggled to finish near the rim at times, but he does have the strength to eventually get better in that area. More than likely, he won't be asked to isolate or create as much, if any, on the next level like he did at St. John's. Champagne does not have a diverse offensive game. He primarily scores from the perimeter, and with most of his scores in the paint coming by cuts and putbacks. He doesn't have a strong enough handle to be a true perimeter threat who can score using on-ball screens or collapse the defense by attacking the hoop. He will need to continue cutting and moving well off the ball, spotting up the shoot, and posting up smaller defenders. Champagne was somewhat of a disappointment as a defender during his time in college. He does not have great control of his body when closing out on shooters, and he's not always in an athletic defensive stance. He didn't give the necessary effort on that end, mostly because he had a large responsibility on offense. If he can refine his game and become a solid defender, maybe he can be a solid rotation player coming off the bench. Gordon Hayward hasn't proven to stay healthy for the majority of the season for a while now, and Kelly Oubre's contract is unguaranteed for next season. The Hornets could use some more depth at that position.